Saudi Arabia is turning its hot desert into a green island. The country entirely covered in sand may soon be covered in trees. How is this possible? And how was this executed? Saudi Arabia is the 14th largest country by landmass, and almost the entire landmass of it is covered in hot desert. This is awful, because agriculture in a desert is a very costly and high-effort task. And as agriculture is a primary source of activity, that means that every production sector depends upon it, and it's a huge economic loss for the country. The annual rainfall in the country is 150 millimeters, which is significantly low. However, on close inspection, things are really different than what was expected. Saudi Arabia has a network of circular green farmlands where agriculture flourishes. In fact, the country has more arable land than many European countries. How is this possible? How was a dry desert turned into a flourished green land? The condition of Saudi Arabia has not been the same. Once, the dry land had lakes and vegetation and supported human civilizations. However, multiple droughts led to the significant change. Therefore, even if the country is dry from appearance, it has many water reservoirs stored underground, known as aquifers. So, no problem in irrigation, right? We can just pump the water out from the ground. Saudi Arabia supported large-scale irrigation from its underground water for a long time. However, this used up the water resources, leading it to decline. In response to this, Saudi Arabia adopted a technique of irrigation that made a significant difference. The technique is called center pivot irrigation. Center pivot irrigation involves a central point that irrigates circular land around it. In Saudi Arabia, in the middle of a circular field, there is a long radial pipe that has equally spaced nozzles that spread the water equally in the field as the pipe rotates. The movement of the machinery can be controlled by a part of the equipment called the driver unit. The driver unit is like a vehicle of the machine that controls the movement with its wheels, and driver train, including the tower box, that controls the driver unit and its movement. The machine also has a pivot point that acts like a brain and controls the whole machinery, including direction and water flow. The method can be used in large-scale agriculture, as not only can it cover large distances, but also it uses the water efficiently. The method also saves a lot of energy and distributes the water equally, preventing it from being wasted. In fact, the machine greatly reduces the need of labor. The technique has greatly reduced the overuse of water, and in fact, it not only helped in irrigation of water, but the same machine can be used for sprinkling important fluids like fertilizers and pesticides also. Government promotes the system, providing incentives and support to farmers. However, despite its benefits, the central pivot system does not solve the problem. Increasing irrigational land still affects the underground water level. According to research, Saudi Arabia has already used 4/5 of its water resource, which is actually a lot. Scientists are working to find a solution to the problem in order to provide the hot, arid desert a hope of blooming life. And we do hope they succeed. Now, watch this video. It will blow your mind. Click here.